Hey, what's up? This is Mick from Slipknot. You're on BackstageAxxess.com, where the real show begins.
Ghostbusters here, Backstage Access, NAMM 2017. We're wrapping up here at the Seymour Duncan booth Saturday with the one and only Mick Thomson of Slipknot. Mick, how you doing, bud?
Not too bad, man.
And just did a long signing here. I want to talk about your relationship with Seymour Duncan. It's been a long time because last time I interviewed you, you're still with Seymour Duncan. It's been a long while.
I guess it has a little bit, Doesn't really seem like it, but time flies,
And how did you get originally hooked up with Seymour Duncan, and why is it what Seymour Duncan has that maybe another company can't give you?
Well, I found out that, obviously I've owned lots and lots of guitars, so I've had tons of different, versions of Seymour's over the years. But I'd never tried any of the active stuff. And then they came out with the blackouts, so I was immediately interested when I saw a lot of the specs and heard a lot of the things, how there were improvements over, previous existing designs and whatnot. So I got a set of those and was really impressed with them. I liked how dynamic they were. They were much more alive. They sounded more, not nearly as compressed, sounded more like open and alive, like a really good passive, like a really, because a lot of times you have to sacrifice tone. And what I found with those was you didn't sacrifice the tone. Like, it was very rich, but the frequencies weren't exactly what I wanted for my down tuning and whatever. So we spent at least a year, better part of a year, on the road. They made a bunch of different tweaks for me, different versions over time, and I was playing them live, and so I was really getting to hear what they would do, through an amp, and getting feedback from front of house every night, and just the way it feels and the way you hear it, back through the monitors. And so I really did put it through a pretty good test. I did like 4 or 5 different versions, and ended up with the one that we released, where I think it just seems the most natural for the kind of tuning. Drop down to drop B and drop A. It covers both of those just fine. And it sounds great tuned up to E also, but it's just there's a certain kind of structure that just isn't there, for your standard pickups when you start dropping the bottom like that. So yeah, they tightened it up and fucking got it tuned real cool, and yeah, tight, percussive.
Upstairs earlier today, sticking with gear, you debuted a new Jackson model. Tell us about that.
Well, this one that just came out here today is a limited run of 15 pieces. So it's like a NAMM show exclusive. Just they did Mike Shannon and the guys in the custom shop, who make mine, made them. It's exactly like they would make for me, every spec. And so those, and there's the bridge that's in this right now is not going to be out in the future, because we came up with a solution for people who like the way a Floyd feels, but they don't want to knock a hole in the body, lose so much wood, and you want the sustain and shit. So they came up with a pretty cool way to do it that is on this run, and they're on my guitars I've been playing on stage. But by the time models come out, we have a new bridge that's in the works. So I think this run of 15 is going to be the last time you'll ever... It'll be the last time you ever see that bridge. But it's been really cool working with those guys. They come up, I have an idea and I say something, and within 3 days they have a solution and shit sent to me, and it's just been great working with those guys.
And obviously the NAMM show's wrapping up here, but I have to ask you, since you're a big Raiders fan, the impending move to Vegas.
Oh, I've been an Oakland Raiders fan since I was probably fucking 3rd grade, so I don't know. The Raiders are the Raiders, Like I say,
Are you gonna follow?
Well, eventually you have to make peace and fucking move on, but I resist change.
All right, so that was a sore subject, obviously, but
Yeah.
what can we expect? What are you gonna be doing in 2017? Are you just gonna take it easy, or?
Yeah, we just finished, we spent, a long time, a couple years touring, but then there was a whole year before that of writing and recording and all that shit. So we had a little break right now. I think Corey's out doing his own stuff, and or if he isn't, he's about to be. So we're going to work on writing some shit, and we'll be probably back out on the road after we do another record.
So look out for that, and look out for Mick's new Jackson model, and obviously Seymour Duncan here, and Gus Gressinger here at NAMM 2017. Check it out.